Hello. So, doing our tier list today. Today I'm ranking the season 1 episodes of Helluva Boss. This tier list has all the episodes so far, but we're only doing season 1 for now because, well, I feel like it's easier to do this video in parts, isn't it? I don't care what you say. So just pretend the season 2 episodes aren't there, okay? We're just gonna roll with it. I just felt this video would be easier to do for now instead of like doing another Reddit reaction for now, because the Reddit reactions are easy to do and easy to edit, but just for right now, I think our tier list is what I need to do. So anyway, first off, in D rank, we have the Cherub episode. Now, unlike most people, I actually do like the Cherub episode, but it's the weakest one of season 1, I must say. I don't think it's a weak episode overall, because it's literally the very first glimpse into heaven we saw in the whole Helliverse. Even in Hazbin Hotel, like, it's the first glimpse into heaven we saw. And we learned so much about heaven from this one episode, so I get why people don't like this episode, and it is the weakest one of season 1, but I don't think it's that bad. Anyway, in the C rank, we have the pilot. I didn't know where to put this one, so I just put it in the C rank. Technically, this episode's not even canon, even though it feels more canon than the Hazbin Hotel pilot, so what the heck is that about? But yeah, it is funny, but the animation, obviously it makes sense the animation's not that great. It's literally the very first episode, but, it is a bit different from the main show, so I just thought, C rank is where it belonged. Alright, in the B rank we have Spring Broken. This is definitely the popular episode, I will say. Obviously I understand why, but, I do enjoy this episode. I enjoy that it's like the first episode that gives Luna some development. It's the first episode that had a really big strong Millie moment when she fought the sea monster. Also, the sea monster was kind of foreshadowing for Leviathan in a way, but then also kind of doesn't make sense because, like, it got turned into that from Beelzejuice, and it's Beelzebub that makes Beelzejuice, so wouldn't that be Leviathan that can turn fish into sea monsters? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. And Verosika's a very cool character. Obviously, she's one of the most liked characters in the whole series. Obviously, I know the reason why, but for me, it's because I like her as a person, not any of that shit. Alright, after that, we have Lululand. This is the episode that had Stolas' first song, and when we find out that Stolas has a daughter, which I was actually quite surprised at, not gonna lie. Also, it's the first episode that kind of dives into Blitz's past, because we get to meet Robo-Fizz. Not the real Fizz, though, the Robo-Fizz. Because Robo-Fizz works at Lululand, and the funny thing is, they're made as sex dolls, but this one is entertaining kids, and that is so funny to me. I did talk about this episode in our recent video. If you want to go check that out, you'll know what one it is. Alright, after that, we have episode 1, Murder Family. This episode's funny, I will give it that. I really enjoyed this episode. And it has the woman that played Matilda in it as well, which is awesome, and I did not expect that. I was actually quite shocked when I learned that, and she's really good in the role, honestly. She voices Mrs. Mayberry, in case you're wondering. And the fact that it's kind of like the South Park movie when it starts all like happy and cheery and everything's lovely, but then it instantly, gets dark instantly when she goes and murders her husband for having an affair. I do find it weird though that the very first like proper episode was about Moxie and not Blitz. Obviously this is when Stolas begins the arrangement with Blitz, but still I find that kind of odd. Anyway, after Murder Family, we have the Harvest Moon Festival in A rank. This episode was kind of the first, like, big episode, if you know what I mean. I really did enjoy this one. It was when we first got to meet Stryker. The only time Stryker was voiced by this voice actor. We got to meet Millie's family, but, again, it's another Moxie episode, so, kind of weird that we meet Millie's family, and then it's about Moxie. Like, what? And, we also meet Sally Mae. Sally Mae is a very liked character, one of my favorite characters, and she only has, like, 2 minutes of screen time in the whole series, which is so funny. Alright, after that we have Queen Bee. Technically, this is a season 1 episode, even though it aired during season 2, but we're not gonna get into that here. This episode was held because, so, in case you don't know, Vivian, who is the creator of Helluva Boss, one of her first animations was, like, a animated music video to Kesha's song Die Young. So to like make a full circle moment as a celebration of how far her channel's come, she actually got Kesha in this episode, and Kesha voices Queen Bee, or Beelzebub, and the thing is, she wrote and recorded a song called Cotton Candy, and if you knew the things that Kesha was going through at the time with her record label, she wasn't allowed to sing in other things that weren't to do with the record label, so they didn't allow the episode to air, So Viv had to cancel the episode for a while, get someone else to record the song, and basically do a Kesha impression, and then release it. So it took another year for the episode to come out after that. So yeah. I will say, the woman that they got to sing the song instead sounds a lot like her. And ironically, she has a song called Queen Bee. So that was perfect casting there. But still, knowing that there is a version of the song sang by Kesha that we'll never get to hear, I mean, I don't actually feel that strongly about it, but still. But Kesha still got to do the speaking role, so that's good. Anyway, now for the S rank, we have Ozzy. This was one of my favorite episodes for a while, as one of my favorite songs. And Ozzy was the first sin that we met. So, if you want to know what the sins are, go to my ranking of the sins. You'll find that. Just it's not that far down on my channel. So yeah, this is a really big episode. It was when we first met the real Fizzerolli as well, and he is my favorite character. I love him so much. And he's based on Rubber Hose animation as well, which is really cool. And it's impressive as well, considering this is independently animated. It was also the first episode when Stolas and Blitz really started to like dive into their relationship as well, which I like. Because before then it was just transactional, but this is when it started to get more complicated. But I'm not going to spoil that. Go and watch the episode. But anyway, my favorite episode of Season 1 is Truth Seekers. Probably a cliche answer, I know, but this was the first episode where the animation was just, whoa. Like, this showed what independent animation could really do. And this is the episode that made me realize that even though it is difficult and expensive, independent animation is probably the future of animation. Like, I did recently watch a video talking about why you shouldn't say that, and okay, that's fair enough, because that came from an independent animator. Sorry. So yeah, I do like have a bit more nuance to it now, but I still stand by that opinion that, you know, if you have the funding for it, don't wait for a studio to pick up your idea. Just make your idea yourself, if you have the funding for it, obviously. Even then, I know this is kind of sound kind of bad, but you could just like animate it like with a free like drawing app or something, because that's what I did with my Pokemon Squad episode. So I know that's not great, but if you're a good artist, it'll look somewhat good. You know, it will look better than what mine was. But yeah, anyway, the animation in this episode was actually animated by a guest like company. I don't remember what they're called, but damn, their animation was crazy. And this has my favorite piece of animation ever created in this episode. So, you probably know what it is, but it's the scene during the fight when Luna just like rips someone in half and then grabs their weapon out their hand and just throws it at someone. Like, I know that doesn't sound that great, but if you know, you know. If you've watched the episode, you know exactly how smooth and awesome that animation was, and just all the angles and movements. Like, wow, that is always going to be my favorite piece of animation, like, ever. But the episode itself, forgetting the animation, is a powerful episode. It dives into Blitz and Moxie's insecurities, and this is when we really learn what Blitz's insecurities are. It's too bad that Millie and Luna didn't get much development, but they did get that awesome battle scene, to be fair. We already knew about Moxie's, insecurities, so that wasn't anything too special, but learning about all of Blitz's insecurities in past, wow. And even his relationships and how he feels like he's going to die alone. It's all so sad. I feel bad for Blitz. I almost said blad for the bits. But anyway, that's my ranking of all the episodes from Season 1. I will do Season 2. I'll just do this tier list again, like, with this one. I'll do that, like, the next time for, like, Wednesday's video. So I'll just use this again, and I will rank them all, don't worry. But I just thought, for now, I would do Season 1. But let me know what your favorite episode from Season 1 is in the comments down below. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!